Aries, Libras, Cancers, and Capricorns, welcome to your monthly forecast reading when it pertains to the last month of 2025. Look how y'all fucking make that, okay? And let me let y'all know something. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all made it to the end of 2025, baby, okay? 2025, this was a year 9, a universal year 9. So this year really tore a lot of people's asses up, baby, okay? You know, the 9 in numerology is basically the last number before we kind of start right back over at 1. So this was a year of like shedding. This was the year of like wake-up calls. This was the year of realizations. This was the year of maybe having to kind of go through that process of transformation and really having to remove yourself from certain situations and environments and relationships and embrace new ways to, you know, shed into this new you. So this year was very heavy, okay? And cardinal signs, I'm just so proud that y'all have made it to the last month of 2025 before we step into 2026. And look, let's just get into this energy, y'all, okay? Because honestly, I really feel like when it pertains to the month of December, I like the energy that came out for y'all, okay? Because I really feel like cardinal signs, this energy that's coming out for y'all is one of those energies to where it's like, all right, things are getting better now. Things are starting to like look up. Things are starting to kind of improve in the areas where I have been struggling, where I have been feeling unseen, unloved, unvalued, okay? So that's what I really love. And that's why I honestly feel like when it pertains to some of your oracle cards that came out, this one literally says getting better. Love this, okay? This one says, growth is a journey, not a destination. Welcome the improvements one step at a time. And that's what I honestly feel like the overall theme of December is giving for y'all right now, okay? That's also why y'all got release and renew. All right, this one says embrace the flow of letting go to welcome the renewal that wants to come in for you and allow new energies to basically shape your path. New energies and ideas and love and friendships and money. Embrace new ways to release, but also renew. Okay? Yeah, this is also going to be like a very much like clarity seeking month as well. All right? So y'all got seeking clarity and y'all got crystal of clarity. So December is going to bring us so much wake up calls, so much awakenings, so much clarity that you may be searching for, or that just may be being put in front of you as just an individual to where it's like, oh, now I see things for what it is, or now I understand, okay? So basically both of these cards basically says embrace openness and insight, allowing the energy of life's truths to come in and reveal themselves, okay? So this is going to be a time to where you are basically readying yourself for more, for better, to grow, so you can also lastly embrace some fresh ideas, some new fresh ideas, okay? This one says stay open-minded, inviting new perspectives to enrich your journey and spark creative solutions. So that's what like overall energy is given for December for y'all, and this is what I really love, okay? Now, as far as the lesson, before we dive into the tarot, let me continue with the lesson cards. The major lessons that I feel like you two will, you know, y'all would need to like really work on as individuals. This is what you need to work on. This is what you need to embrace. This is what you need to work towards. First things first is balance. Y'all need to really focus on bringing any area in your life back to balance, where you feel you are just overgiving, where you feel like it has been out of order for a while or out of alignment. Balance is going to be very much key for you, even if this basically is about y'all getting yourself back on a strict routine. Like, let me get myself back balanced. Let me get myself back on a strict routine when it pertains to like, look, I'm no longer playing around with my money. I'm not spending money recklessly. I'm going to start going to the gym more. I'm going to start getting together like my health. You know, there's like a lot of energy being centered around y'all right now to where it's like, cardinal signs, it's time to improve once again. It's time to get better. It's time to look at things better, okay? It's time to change your perspective when it pertains to what you have been sitting on, dealing with, looking at maybe in a negative light, and start bringing more balance and understanding towards this particular energy right now. That's exactly why growth came out for y'all as another lesson card. This is going to be the month of growth. This is going to be the month where it's like, you know what? It's time for me to want to expand my way of doing things, looking at things, loving myself in certain ways and environments and habits. It's time for growth. And in order for growth, I have to make sure that I'm not blaming anybody else for my responsibilities, okay? Y'all got blame coming out for y'all as another lesson card. This one says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. Don't sit here and try to put that shit on Jessica or Mark or, you know, Rebecca or Jake. No, let's not do that, baby, okay? You have to learn how to accept responsibility for your well-being when it pertains to where you're being asked to heal, expand, elevate, grow, do better, get more disciplined, be more consistent. Stop playing the blame game and trying to put it or point the finger back at yourself, baby. Okay, look in the mirror, because this is going to be a very much self-reflective type month. Okay, this is also why I need y'all to really work on the energy of working on your pride. All right, this one says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So make sure that your pride, you have a healthy pride. Everybody has some sort of pride, but make sure that you have healthy pride. Even if it has to relate with you having to be self-aware or do some shadow work, or maybe even be called out about some things that you need to do better in as a lover, as a friend, as a business person, as a co-worker, whatever. Okay, y'all also did get peace coming out for y'all as another lesson. I need y'all to embrace more peace this month. So I really want y'all to work on finding more ways to embrace more love and release the negative energy, release the negative output and the chaos and the drama. Like, really just make sure that cardinal signs, you're keeping yourself grounded when it pertains to how you want to embrace and sit in peace right now in your life, okay? Even if this involves you having to just be in stillness right now. Be still. We are in the last month of 2025, baby, okay? So this is when energy is like the most highest, because, you know, it's the holidays, it's family. This is when money is being spent. This is when people are trying to get their goals together when it pertains to 2026 and their vision board. So this is also why I feel like imagination came out last for y'all as well. This is a great time to just make sure that you're utilizing your imagination once again, to make sure that you're nourishing your creative side. Okay, like I said, vision boards. Start imagining where you see yourself in 2026. Start imagining, you know, what you want to like outgrow, okay, what you want to start expanding towards, where you actually see yourself, what dreams you want to fulfill, that you want to conquer in 2026. So these are all of the lessons that I really want you to work on. And then, of course, lastly, friendship. Okay, friendships are to be reevaluated. Some of y'all may be cutting on some motherfucking friends, okay? Or some of y'all are being asked to maybe find ways to embrace new ways to make friends and connect with communities that align with how you are trying to move in this new era, in this new chapter, and also in this new year that you're about to step into, baby, okay? So let's dive into this tarot, okay? First things first, y'all did get the Page of Swords coming out for y'all in reverse, all right? So with December cardinal signs, be very careful of any type of messy communication. Let's not forget that we are still in Mercury retrograde post-shadow period. Okay, so y'all know sometimes with the Mercury retrogrades, the post-shadow periods, the pre-shadow periods sometimes be the most chaotic than the actual retrograde itself. So we are still having to clean up some mess. We're still having to reevaluate, reorganize, reset, release, and this can sometimes happen through communication as well. So with the Page of Swords coming out reverse, like I said, this is a time to really make sure that you're protecting yourself from any type of gossip, any messy communication, okay? Be careful of people maybe even lurking or watching you. And also be careful of like overthinking this month as well. You know, this is a time to where I need y'all to really take care of your mental, like the mental clutter that you have. Take care of your mental health. But also let's make sure that we're not being hesitant this month, because the Page of Swords is a very curious card. It wants to explore, it wants to learn, it wants to do, it wants to teach, it wants to figure out. But when it comes out in reverse, it's like y'all have all of this energy inside of y'all, but y'all are scared to act on it or do it or explore it. So let's make sure that we're not being hesitant. That's exactly why I feel like the Eight of Wands came out. The Eight of Wands is a very movement type card. So this is a time to where I do feel like December is basically saying, cardinal signs, let's pick up this energy, okay? Because the messages are going to be pouring in, the spiritual downloads are going to be had, opportunities are trying to come in or move quick for y'all, and this is a time to where, you know what, December is going to probably even feel like, with the Eight of Wands coming out, it's probably going to feel like a very fast month for y'all, to where it may go by very fast. So this is a time to where I want you to make sure that you're progressing in some type of way, you're moving in some type of way, you're not keeping yourself stagnant in the same routines or cycles or mindsets. Like I said, what was that card about blame? I accept responsibility for my well-being. So y'all have to ask yourself, where is it that you want to do better in your well-being? What is it that you need to take more responsibility in when it pertains to where you can step it up and, you know, evolve or elevate or expand? Okay, so with the Eight of Wands coming out, this is going to definitely be a time to where embrace some sort of like just movement. And I promise you, once you get that ball rolling, once you start moving, once you start readjusting, you're going to start seeing the necessary results of what you are looking for or what you have been wanting for a while. Going to the gym, finally starting to see the pounds drop off, starting to finally see the body come in shape, okay? Probably want to hang out with your friends more. Now you're starting to see like, hey, you know what? I I do love y'all. You know, we could connect more, okay? We could do more of this, okay? This is the time to just start progressing on your goals. And also with the Eight of Wands, this may be a time to where some of y'all may need to also travel. Don't be afraid to travel if you feel the need to as well. Sometimes that could represent movement as well. Maybe having to kind of expand your horizons and change your environments, you know, so that can help you with whatever movement that you need. Y'all also did get the King of Pentacles coming out as well. So with the King of Pentacles, let's see, y'all got the King of Pentacles coming out. This is a time to where money is going to look like very heavy for y'all as well. So King of Pentacles coming out in the upright is good. At least this could represent like money is going to be like very much a big focus for y'all, because money could be stabilizing. Y'all could be having more of like this energy to where you are really desiring security and stability more. But this is also going to be a month to where it's like, all right, you know what? If I want these goals to come to fruition, if I want more money to come in, if I want A, B, C, D, I have to be mature about this. I have to make sure that I'm being grounded within myself and within these goals and within these routines. I have to make sure that I'm being focused, because besides the King of Pentacles representing money, it also represents the energy of how am I being disciplined and consistent towards this expansion and towards this growth that I need as an individual. And the only way that I can do this is when I'm keeping myself grounded in who I am and what I am trying to conquer or accomplish as an individual. Okay, so this is why the Ten of Wands came out in reverse. Cardinal signs, I want you to make sure that you are dropping any dead weight. I want you to make sure that you are letting go of the stress, of the obligations, or trying to maybe even feel like you have to do everything alone. Okay, Cardinal signs, with the Ten of Wands, you know, sometimes some of y'all may have to do some things alone because maybe you may not have the necessary help that you need, which is understandable. But do it at your own pace. Do it at your own time. Don't feel the need to put all this heavy responsibilities and expectations and heavy energy on yourself right now, Cardinal signs. Do it one step at a time. But one thing about it, with this being December, I need y'all to make sure that you are dropping all motherfucking dead weight before your ass step into January, okay? Do not be bringing December or just 2025 energy into 2026, okay? You need to make sure that you are not continuing to beat a dead horse. Whatever that dead horse could be for you, whether it's that tired-ass relationship, that tired-ass mindset that you have, that fear, that doubt, that worry you keep holding on to, whether it's some fucked up friendships, whether it's that horrible job, I need you to just make sure that you are prioritizing yourself and prioritizing what priorities matter to you most, that you want to really focus more on, especially going into 2026, okay? So this is why I feel like the Nine of Swords came out in reverse as well. This is the time to where I need you to really make sure, once again, that you are coming out of any type of mental funk, okay? And not living your life in a fear-based type cycle. I want you to do less overthinking and, once again, embracing more clarity. So like I said, whatever stress and into like reaching your breaking point negativity that you could have been focused on or holding on to or just bottling up, whatever, I could see like December being one of those months to where like, all right, now things are improving. Y'all are going to start seeing like the lights at the end of the tunnel, okay? The sun is going to come back out and shine for y'all, baby, okay? So December is going to really be a month where it's like, you know what? I need to start improving my ways of how I love myself, or how I grow, or how I honor myself. This also correlates with the Page of Cups in reverse, okay? Let go of anything or anybody that is emotionally draining you or just not inspiring you right now. This is a great time in December to make sure that you're protecting your heart and just being like very careful of being immature yourself or centering yourself around immature people or people that just may not be like-minded like you when it pertains to the things that you're trying to go after or do. Listen to your intuition right now, all right? But that's also why the Three of Pentacles came out in reverse as well. So let go of the miscommunications. Let go of the people that are not pulling in their weight. Let go of the people that you just feel like you're being in like wasteful relationships with, whether it's a romantic partnership, whether it's friendship, whether it's business, whether it's co-workers. The Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork. But when it comes out in reverse, cardinal signs, relationships, working together, teamwork, collaborations, this is very much key for y'all right now, because this is the time to really make sure that you need to make sure that you are properly connecting with the right people and right communities that's going to help you thrive and grow, and not connect with people that's going to constantly keep you delayed or disappointed, okay? Or making you once again feeling like you have to do all of the work by yourself. And that's exactly why the Four of Cups came out as well. With the Four of Cups coming out, December may feel a little slow at first, but it will eventually pick up. Like I said, we are still in the post-shadow period of Mercury retrograde, so December is still coming in for y'all cardinal signs, letting you know that, hey, this is what you still need to reevaluate. This is what you still need to clean up. This is what you still need to face and heal and release, okay? So with the Four of Cups coming out, make sure that you're not settling for anything right now, okay? This is the time to make sure that you're reevaluating going after everything that you want mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and spiritually right now, okay? Some of y'all need to like really make sure that you're not missing out on opportunities just because you want to be stubborn, just because things are kind of being stagnant right now, just because you're afraid to apply yourself right now. That's exactly why the Justice card came out. This is the time to, once again, balance needs to be had in the month of December for y'all, okay? So y'all need to make sure that you are making the proper decisions that, you know, that you want to embrace more of, that you need to make the maybe even hard choices or decisions on, so you can make sure that you're bringing in that healthy balance right now. So December is going to be one of those months to where it's like, you know what, honesty needs to be had. Facing the truth needs to be had. Bringing in that balance needs to be had, okay? Justice is just like the justice legal system. How are you bringing justice towards the areas and things in your life that is making you feel like you are out of order, out of balance, or just where shit is just unfair? It's time to get back balance. It's time to get back in order, and it's time to get back serious towards what you need as an individual, okay? And just basically just serious about you, all right? So that's exactly why the Seven of Pentacles came out in reverse as well. Be careful of being a little impatient this month. Once again, pace yourself. Let's make sure that we're not, you know, rushing things or rushing the process. This is the time to just make sure that, hey, you have the plan, you have the vision. Just adjust along the way. Everything may not be happening or falling out in the way that you want it to happen, you know, but this is not the time to abandon your plan. This is not the time to just be saying like, okay, I know I wanted to do this for the longest, but it's not working out. This is just simply a time to adjust. This is just simply a time to realize that, you know what, the plan can still come to fruition. Maybe just the way that you thought about going about it just was the wrong way. Or maybe the way that you thought was going to happen, it just didn't happen for you. Adjust, reroute, okay? Still keep focused. Still maintain your drive. Just realize that, you know what, you may have to get off on another exit. You may have to put a little more gas in your car and kind of go a little further down, okay? So that's just what all this energy gives. So that's exactly why Teacher's Guide came out for y'all. This one says, hey, you're learning lessons on a very deep level right now. So remember to not stress yourself out right now, okay? But that's also why the energy of choice came out for y'all. All right? This one says, it's decision time. The choice is yours when it pertains to how you pivot, how you go after, how you readjust, how you protect, how you honor yourself, okay? So that's what I really want you to focus on right now, Cardinal Signs, for the month of December. That's also why the Ace of Wands came out in reverse. Make sure that you're not delaying your motivation, delaying your confidence, delaying your creativity right now, okay? This is the time to where you need to really find ways to pick up your fire again. Find ways to make sure that you're not forcing any type of new beginnings or forcing any type of unhealthy energy, but allowing things to happen in due time, allowing things to kind of just more go with the flow, all right? But I do feel like whenever the Ace of Wands come out in reverse, this is a time to also make sure that you're not wasting your potential, wasting your spark, your fire, your passion towards whatever you are intrigued about in life or whatever that you want to explore or try right now, all right? So High Priestess is saying listen to your intuition. Okay, this is a time to where your intuition is going to be speaking very loudly to y'all this month. So trust your psychic abilities. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Cardinal Signs. I need you to make sure that you're pouring into yourself this month. Be careful of once again burning yourself out. This is a time to make sure that you're not overgiving and overwhelming and overextending, but getting grounded, handling your personal business, and doing things when it pertains to betting on you first and honoring you first, okay? Everything else can come second, okay? You need to make sure that you're pouring into yourself and not allowing life's responsibilities or insecurities to get in the way. I do also feel like with the Chariot card coming out, it's okay to feel like if you're at a pause moment right now. This is a time to where some of y'all may feel stuck, some of y'all may feel a little delayed, but like I said, December is going to be all about alignment first. So right now, December is going to be all about how are you aligning yourself back on the right track, and once you align yourself back on the right track where you feel fulfilled, where you feel happy, where you feel like, okay, this is what I need to do, that's when it's time to take action, and that's when December is going to really pick up for you, okay? That's also why the Three of Cups came out. Celebration, good news, community, friendship, social energy. I do feel like December is going to come in with a lot of that energy from my Cardinal Signs as well, to where some of y'all are being asked to, like, once again, go back outside, reconnect with some friends, network, put yourself out there, or maybe even celebrate yourself when it pertains to the things that you have been accomplishing and doing and, you know, being very successful in right now, okay? And with the Two of Swords coming out last, like I said, y'all are going to be having a lot of decision making to be doing. So this is going to be a month to where it's like, let's not keep avoiding what we have to face, what we have to decide on. Let's make sure that we're choosing the clear path by making sure that this is what we want to do, this is what we want to explore, and this is where we want to create and expand in right now. All right. So lastly, like I said, y'all have Ascended Masters being sent around y'all. I love this card because this one basically says energy is going to be very intense for y'all in the month of December, but it's going to be intense because y'all are basically ascending. So y'all have to realize as we ascend, we're moving up, we're expanding our consciousness, we're growing, we're maturing, and this is going to be a time to where energy is going to feel intense because now we have to like really have that discernment to pay attention to who's for us, who's not for us, what is for us, what is not for us. Okay, what is it that we need to incorporate into our routines, what is it that we need to take out of our routines. Okay, so that's exactly why detox came out. All right, cardinal signs, do not be afraid to purge, do not be afraid to let go, do not be afraid to release, do not be afraid to clear whatever energy that you need to clear. Whether this is even you having to clear up your house, throw out some old furniture, cut off some friends, cut off some people, habits, a job. Like I said, this is going to be all about how you're protecting yourself and setting boundaries. All right, especially before we step into a new year. And then lastly, so that abundance can come in for y'all. Okay, so I really feel like December is going to be like a really cute and positive month, but it's going to be a month that's going to be on your ass as well, cardinal signs, showing you, hey, let's make better decisions. Let's get ourselves back in balance, and let's make sure that we're keeping ourselves grounded towards what is serious and what matters towards us, okay? Let's make sure that we're embracing some sort of movement, some sort of growth, some sort of new habits, new changes, new focuses, and new routines so you can pick up that motherfucking energy, cardinal signs, okay? So, cardinal signs, this was your reading. I hope I gave you much clarity. I'm so proud of us for making it to the end of 2025, okay? And you know what? I will see y'all asses in 2026, baby, okay? With new energy, a new fresh start, baby, and a new year. I love y'all down, okay? And I'll see y'all later. Mwah. Bye.